Hey everybody, this is Andrew Martin with PurpleRow.com, and we are talking about Rocky spring training still because, it's still the middle of March and that's all we have to talk about. There's been a lot of hubbub about who's going to start at third base this season. Is it going to be Casey Blake? Well, the Rockies signed Blake out of free agency just this offseason for a $2 million non-guaranteed deal. If he does not make the team out of spring training, he might not be there. So there's been a lot of talk over whether or not, I don't know, maybe Brandon Wood will take the job. Maybe Chris Nelson will take the job. Who knows, maybe Nolan Arenado will step up his game. Even though he's only 20 years old and hasn't taken a single at-bat above A-ball. You never know. It could be a huge season for third base. But the interesting thing to talk about is second base. We're so sure that Marco Scutaro is going to take the job. Well, financially it makes sense. But, he's not having much better of spring than Blake. The only thing he's doing better is not being hurt. The big difference is that Blake does have competition for his job. For example, they identified a hitch with Brandon Wood's swing. That's a thing. What else is there? Chris Nelson has been showing a lot of improvements this offseason, and Nolan Arenado might turn out to be that wonderkind that everybody's been hoping for. So the question is, with second base, who's going to take the job? Well, it's most likely going to be Marco Scutaro for no reason other than we're paying him $6 million to play second base and back up Tulowitzki at shortstop. But we can't entirely rule out guys like Chris Nelson who might get more playing time if they continue to have strong springs and then have a strong April. Like Herrera could be in the same spot. He's having a huge April right now too. See, this is the peril of trying to analyze spring training numbers, is the fact that they're spring training numbers. They're small sample and the guys aren't even playing 100%. They might have all been facing nothing more than, single A ball players who really have no shot at the majors. And they're getting all their hits off those guys. I might be being a bit pragmatic about it, but this is kind of the story. So the difference between Blake and Scutaro's situation is that Blake has clear successors. And while Josh Rutledge looks to be the clear successor at second base, no, not there yet. Arenado's shown steps that you wouldn't expect out of a 20-year-old ball player, whereas with with Arenado, we're seeing him to be a high-contact, low strikeout, high RBI kind of guy. And who knows, come mid-season, we could be seeing him taking the spot. So my question for you is, second base, do we just hand it off to Scutaro, or does he have to win it through April? That's a big question right there. Not a huge question, because for $6 million, they're probably just going to put Scutaro out there and leave him out there. But it makes it interesting to see where the playing splits will end up. So I'm personally thinking that Scutaro is going to start the season, but who knows? Josh Rutledge might surprise us in Tulsa. Chris Nelson might surprise us in the majors. Johnny Herrera might do what he does and catch one of those hot streaks where he bats .330 and it doesn't make any sense. So we'll have to see what happens. Right now, I'm calling Scutaro, but what do you think? Who's going to start at second base, and who's going to get the majority of the playing time the first couple months of the season? Tell me about it in the comments. We'll talk to you later, Rockies fans.